This is Daily Armenia, ＳիվիլNeթ's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Non-partisan candidate Sarik Minasyan won an open primary election held by the ruling Civil Contract Party and will become the interim mayor of Gyumri, Armenia's second largest city, to serve until the upcoming spring elections. This comes amid controversy over the procedure as the country's opposition and civil society groups view the decision to hold the primaries as undemocratic. Minasyan formerly served as a member of the National Parliament representing the liberal Bright Armenia Party, once allied with Civil Contract, but later part of the opposition, and now a non-parliamentary force. He defeated 6 other competitors, including Karen Sarukhanyan, the head of Civil Contract's Gyumri branch and a sitting member of parliament. Gyumri has been without a mayor since October, when the opposition-aligned Vargas Samsonyan resigned from his position following allegations against key figures of his Balasanyan bloc, including former Mayor Samvel Balasanyan, who had ruled Gyumri between 2012 and 2022 and is wanted on suspicion of committing economic crimes. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan had intended to appoint a caretaker mayor, made possible by a law recently passed by Parliament. However, that strategy has been severely criticized by the opposition and civil society groups, who contend it is an attempt to consolidate power in communities throughout the country. The election of a non-partisan candidate is seen as a compromise rather than directly appointing a civil contract candidate. A public election for the permanent mayor is scheduled for the spring, although the specific date has yet to be decided. No provision of the Armenian Constitution contains territorial claims against its neighbors, Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan reiterated, this time in a post today on the social network X. He wrote, "The Constitutional Court of Armenia noted in its decision dated September 26, 2024, that the reference to the Declaration of Independence in the preamble of the Constitution pertains exclusively to those provisions of the Declaration that have been enshrined in the articles of the Constitution. This is a rejection of Azerbaijan's position that a mention of Nagorno-Karabakh in the Declaration is an active claim on the territory. This comes a day after Azerbaijani Deputy Foreign Minister Elnur Mamadov stated that one of the main obstacles to achieving peace is the alleged territorial claims against Azerbaijan in the Armenian Constitution. Azerbaijan continues to insist the constitution must be changed before it will sign a normalization agreement with Armenia. However, that process would take years and is highly controversial. As a result, the issue has been at an impasse for the past year. Yesterday, the Armenia-France Defense Cooperation Program for the upcoming year was signed by representatives of their armed forces at the Armenian Ministry of Defense. The parties confirmed the strategic importance of their recent active cooperation and set a high bar for its development. They noted areas of particular importance as cooperation in defense planning, military education and exercises, advisory support, and training of forces. In June, this cooperation reached a new important milestone as Armenia signed a first-of-its-kind deal to purchase French weapons, Caesar artillery systems. Check out our article about Armenia's new state secrets law, which Transparency International says requires urgent reform to ensure transparency and accountability in the country's defense sector. Their proposed reforms are aimed at strengthening democratic oversight while maintaining necessary security measures. You can find a link in the video description below. And finally, the SivilNet number of the day is 1,926,405. That's the number of registered tourists to Armenia this year through the end of October, according to the Tourism Committee. While this number is 5.8% less than last year, it is 15% higher compared to the same period in 2019. And as always, please follow SivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.